Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Liam's Lessons. My name is Liam, and today we're going to be talking about no guts, no glory. A bit of a change of scenery for this video today. It'll be just temporary, just so you guys know. But anyways, we're going to be talking about no guts, no glory. Now, I know a lot of people, or I've known a lot of people who, they might have had great ideas or great things they want to do in their life, but they just didn't have what was in them to, I guess, go for that great idea or great goal. And that's what this means by no guts, no glory. It's worth it. It's very much worth it if you just decide to make that commitment towards what you want. And this business is worth it. I haven't seen very other business models, and I haven't been a part of many other business models, but for the one that I'm a part now, I know that it is worth it, and it's worth it for you. What is it going to take for me or for us to be successful? It's going to take guts, and without guts, you're not going to have glory. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take you wanting to be successful in this space. It's going to take um, you know you're going to have to devote time to certain things that you might not want to devote time to, but that's what is necessary for you to be successful. It takes guts to be a dreamer. It takes guts to have a goal. It takes guts to have a dream, something you want to obtain in your future. Um, it takes guts to want to, see past the weekend, see past your Friday, Saturday. It takes guts to make a move, to make a change. It takes guts to change. Um, it takes guts to do all of these things. Um, and the real question is, do you have the guts to do that? If you do, then consider yourself lucky, and consider yourself, you know what? Don't consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself, give yourself a pat on the back, for taking the first step. Because, like I said in most videos, most people aren't willing to take the first step. So if you are willing to take the first step, consider yourself, you know, to have the guts to do something different. Um, People who don't have the guts to do something, and just simply just, waltz on, um, continuing to do what they do in their daily life, they seem to be ones that, are accepting of mediocrity and are accepting of what they have in their lives right now, and that's completely fine. But just understand that the people that are, acceptant of, living in a false reality, or in a dream reality, are usually the ones that are living in denial, and are usually the ones that are accepting of mediocrity. I'm not saying that the people that are living in times that where they don't want to be living in are all in denial, but just just be aware that there are certain people that they maybe don't want to be you know living in their certain 9 to 5 situation, or in their certain life, or in their certain daily lives, but the same people who don't like that probably are the same people who aren't doing anything about it. I know for a fact that if I was to walk around knowing that I wanted my life to change, but I wasn't doing anything about it, and I just kept accepting my reality as it is, it would seem to be, I feel like I'd feel like I'd be living in a very false world. um, your life could be better. It could be way better. It could be 100 times better. It could be the dream life that you want. But like I've said before, many people aren't willing to take the first step to do so, to change their life. Um, they're not willing to change little habits. They're not willing to, like, for example, not going out on weekends, spending their money on things they don't need, not taking the risk. Guys, life is full of risk. There is risk everywhere. There is risk if I go get that new 9 to 5 tomorrow. Um, what if I just work there all day? Work, work, work. There's that risk. What if I go start that business? But there's so much risk involved in a business, isn't there? What if it doesn't work out? What if I get left behind in certain things or aspects? What if I lose money? What if I lose friends? What if my family doesn't like the idea of me starting a business? There is risk everywhere, but just understand that your life could be so much better if you take that risk. Um, you can't proceed taking that first step without changing. So understand that with every step that you take, you're gonna a new version of yourself will arise, and change will, it will be a part of your life. Um, there will be times of potential drudgery and triumph in everything that you do. But understand that when you come out of that situation, or when you learn to kind of just take the first step and be and present with it, and understand why you're doing it, it's going to be a lot easier for you to know why you're doing certain things. Like I've said in recent videos, always have a why. Have a why for what you're doing. If you can't proceed without changing, then I believe it's going to be, it'll be very hard for you. If you can proceed and understand that change is on the way, then understand that you're that one step closer to obtaining a new version or a stronger version of yourself. Um, you know, if you don't improve yourself, your business won't improve either. If you don't take the first step to changing who you are, because understand that with starting a new business, or starting a new chapter in your life, there will come change. If you're not willing, or if you can't improve yourself before you improve any other aspect of your life, it's once again going to be very hard for you to grow, for any other different thing in your life to grow as well. Um, Talking about growth comes from direction, activity, and decision. Um, Starting with direction, understand where you want to go, have a vision, have a very strong foundation, or understanding of where you want your life to go. Because once you understand that, you know, uh, your vision is a lot more clear. You get more clear about what you want to achieve. You get clear on your goals, and it becomes that tad easier. Activity, um, do something. I can sit here and hope my life changes. I can look up at the sky and ask for my life to change 10 million times. But if I'm not willing to do something, if I'm not willing to move, if I'm not willing to get started, or to actually have some action or activity behind what I'm doing, guys, don't expect for anything to change. Nothing in this life comes for free, and nothing comes without activity or action. The last one is decision. Make a mental note that this is what you want to do, and don't let any other things get in the way. Understand that this is where you want to go. Understand that these are the sacrifices needed, and these are the steps that you're willing to take, and go from there, and really hit the ground running hard. And if you do that, I'm sure that the universe, the world, is very giving to those people who are willing to actually work for what they want. It's very giving to those who have a vision, who are willing to work for something, and are they're very clear on where they want to go. If you do work for it, you will deserve it. If you do work for something, like I just said, I'm sure the universe is very giving of those who are willing to work for it. If you do work for it, you will deserve it. But you need to know that a lot of people's views on hard work and working hard are very different. If you're taking yourself to your limit every single day, and you're pushing yourself every single day, and you're doing everything in your power that you can possibly do to be able to take that one step forward, or to make sure that you're getting closer and closer to a goal, or to your dream life, or whatever it may be, consider yourself a hard worker. Most people, they waltz on through what they want to do, whether it's a goal, whether it's a financial goal, fitness goal, whatever it may be, right? And they do it. They go through the motions. They just think, oh yeah, this will do. Oh, I've done enough for today. Those people don't work hard. Those people are not hard workers. So if anything I just said, kind of just relates to you, understand that maybe certain habits in your work life might need to change. And when they do, I guess be ready to kind of just go that extra mile, because if you do go that extra mile, consider yourself a hard worker. When you're clear on your want, it makes it a lot easier to stay focused. Like I said earlier, when we were talking about direction, and having that mental kind of picture of where you want to go, when you're clear on what you want, it makes it so much more easier for you to just stay focused on what you're doing. I know for a fact that my dream life is enough for me to stay focused on what I'm doing. So for me to be able to have that goal or have that, that picture in my mind every day, it's very hard for me to lose focus or to kind of just push my energy or my time towards something else, because I know it's not going to benefit, my ultimate goal. So if it's not going to benefit me in my ultimate endeavor, I don't believe it, worthy of me to be spending my time on it. Discipline yourself, you know, um, understand that, you can have all the direction, the action, the focus that you want, but if you're not a disciplined person, right? If you don't make that decision, if you don't have the power to make that decision when you want and how you want it, or understanding that, like I just said earlier, if it doesn't um help my personal endeavor, then I'm not going to do anything about it. If you're easy to steer off, it's I don't want to say it's going to be hard for you, but you'll definitely want to be able to keep that kind of that side of you in check. um I know a lot of my yeah, I, don't- you know a lot of I know a lot of people who, they might be very hardworking, but they're not disciplined. They might be very focused, but they're not disciplined. Just remember to stay disciplined, because if you learn to stay disciplined, you will learn to achieve all your goals. But anyways, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.